President Trump invited his co-president, Elon Musk, to lord over his cabinet meeting. It looked like a hostage video. I don't know if I was watching a live episode of The Island of Misfit Toys or Donald Trump's cabinet. All I know is the man in black, who I thought was the Grim Reaper for a minute, was there, and Donald Trump was challenging his cabinet to take on Elon Musk. I thought it was going to be a steel cage match. We talk about it all because we have to on Legal AF, the YouTube podcast. And here's a clip from an After Dark edition. Well, you know who's not using laundry sauce or doing really apparently any laundry is Elon Musk. Because every time I see him, including in cabinet meetings, he's just dressed head to toe like some sort of perverse Johnny Cash or Grim Reaper. Just the man in black, wearing black on black t-shirt, black on black pants, a ill-fitting jacket, and a baseball cap, while he's addressing what appears to be, I know this looks like the Island of Misfit Toys, but this is the cabinet for Donald Trump. This is what they look like when they're all together. Pete Hegseth from Fox and Friends, Marco Rubio, the no-show job senator, Burgum, RFK Jr. How the heck did he get in that room? Linda McMahon from World Wrestling Federation. And Elon, do we have the video with Elon Musk in the room? Because we're going to talk about Elon Musk next. So Elon Musk gets brought into the cabinet meeting where Donald Trump, that now it looks like a hostage video, because now at one point, Donald Trump, to try to prove that he's in charge, turns to the cabinet and says, well, he's doing a great job, right? Is anybody here dissatisfied with Elon Musk? We already know a rebellion has broken out among the MAGA cabinet. All of them have said, ignore Elon Musk, while at the same time, they're doing nothing about Elon Musk undermining their constitutional authority. I just did a hot take about Marco Rubio ordering that certain funding related to USAID that we talked about earlier go to things like AIDS prevention in Africa and some other aspects of it. And two tech bros, Doge bros that work for Elon Musk got their hands inside the server and inside the payment portal and countermanded and vetoed Marco Rubio, the Secretary of State's direction. What did he do about it? There's only two things he could have done about it if he had any gravitas. That was my nice way of putting it. One, he would threaten to quit unless it was reversed, right? Or two, he quits. He's not doing any of those things. And that is the problem. And then you've got the split screen of the Department of Justice under Donald Trump looking federal judges in the eye and saying, I'm sorry, ma'am. Elon who? Elon Musk. He's just a special advisor. He's like Anita Dunn that used to work for Joe Biden. He doesn't have any outsized powers. He doesn't even run Doge. He's not even in Doge. Really? Well, all I would do is, if I'm the lawyer for any of these groups, is bring back to Judge Chutkin, Judge Amy Berman Jackson, Judge Ali Khan, and the rest that are handling these matters, and show them the video of Elon Musk lording over the cabinet and the stories that are already out there that are all true about Elon Musk's team turning off the funding pipeline despite congressional appropriations of it to show the true power that he has. I mean, there's a reason. Karen, did you catch the toe-sucking AI deepfake?
Yeah, that was really disgusting, actually.
But it's a great sign of resistance from within of government workers who had that running on a screen. This it's obscene and disgusting, but it was funny to see Donald Trump sucking the toes of Elon Musk with "Long Live the Real King" over it as HUD workers return to work on a loop, because this as I said at the top, resistance takes many formats. What do you make of many forms? What do you make of the Elon Musk true role within the government, and how it's being portrayed to federal judges in these hearings?
Yeah, it's just, look, the president gets to nominate his cabinet and his people who are at high level positions, and the Senate has a role that is provided for in the Constitution that says, yes, the president can nominate someone, and they can appoint someone, but with the advice and consent of the Senate. There's a real role there where the Senate plays a role in picking the executive branch. And that's really important for people who have big jobs, important jobs, high-level officers. And that's what these hearings are for. What they're trying to do is they're trying to be too cute by half by making essentially Elon Musk the single most powerful person in government, but saying, oh, he's nothing. He's nothing to see here. Doesn't have any position. He doesn't have any power. He doesn't have any real authority. And they're doing it to try to get around this pesky little requirement in the United States Constitution that does require people to have to answer to the American people and disclose things like conflicts of interest and actually be qualified for the jobs that they hold. That's what the Constitution provides for. Well, like I said, they're trying to get around it, and I'm trying to think about how to explain it to people so they really understand the gravity of how serious this is. This we joke about the first buddy, and he brings his kid around and wears a T-shirt as if he's not really in an official position. But let's analogize to flying an airplane, a commercial airplane. And the reason I'm picking this analogy is because what is up with all of the either airplane crashes or near misses that are happening ever since Donald Trump and DOJ has basically essentially done away with a lot of positions at the FAA. I mean, it's just shocking to me what's happening. So let's talk about planes, right? So pilots have all sorts of training that they have to go through. They have a rigorous process that they have to go through to become a pilot, right? Not anyone, thankfully, no one's going to let me just go sit down and fly an airplane. Well, the pilot will get paid for their job. Obviously, they'll have rules that govern everything that they're supposed to do and regulations. They sit down, they do all kinds of checks right before they take off on their airplane. They do all sorts of their own checks of the airplane to make sure that it's safe to take off. They talk to the control tower. There's lots that happen to go and fly this airplane. Well, what they're doing is they don't want Elon Musk to have to go through all of the things that have to be done to keep us safe, the rules to fly the airplane. So what they're doing is they're just letting him sit in the cockpit, and the pilot will get up and let him fly every once in a while and maybe fly the whole time. Who cares? But when push comes to shove, the pilot will be like, no, but I'm the actual pilot. Right? That's my job. I'm the one wearing the uniform. I'm the pilot. But it doesn't matter. Elon Musk is flying the plane. And that's what's happening here with the federal government. And courts are starting to see through it. They are seeing through it perfectly. And they're basically saying bullshit. They're calling bullshit. And they're seeing that this is more than just an advisory role, and they're not going to let him get away with it. I think there's going to be some consequences to this, and I think the courts are going to start to rein it in. And like you said, this cabinet meeting is exhibit A of really who he is and what he is. He's why is he the one who's speaking to the cabinet? Why is he the one holding press conferences and answering press questions in the Oval Office while Trump sits there at the Resolute desk, basically babysitting Elon Musk's kid? I mean, he's really the one in charge. And I don't know where JD Vance is other than off flying around the world, supporting extreme, we're talking about right-wing governments, et cetera. But it's just crazy to me, that what's going to happen. And I really think that the judges are going to call out the government for frankly lying and trying to pull a wool over the court's eyes, because Elon Musk is definitely more than just hanging out.
Welcome back. We do that show every Wednesday and Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on the Midas Touch Network. Full-length podcast, 3 or 4 segments. We drill down at the intersection of law and politics so that you don't have to curate the top stories we think you need to know. You can also pick us up on all podcast platforms. We're top 10 in the world, regardless of genre. It's all because of you. We're doing our part for sure, but without our committed audience, engaged audience, we wouldn't even exist. Nobody would even know who we are. But you know who we are. You're on the Legal AF YouTube channel right now. Hit the free subscribe button. Help us continue to grow this pro-democracy channel to reach our 500,000 goal in the next week or two. So if you know everything you need to know about Legal AF, you're already part of our audience. I thank you. If you haven't heard about us or the podcast itself, come on over. This is a personal invitation to join us Wednesdays and Saturdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So until my next reporting, I'm Michael Popok. In collaboration with the Midas Touch Network, we just launched the Legal AF YouTube channel. Help us build this pro-democracy channel where I'll be curating the top stories at the intersection of law and politics. Go to YouTube now and free subscribe at Legal AF MTN. That's at Legal AF MTN.